King Darius sent forth a harsh decree and said, "No man shall pray to any other god but me until the 30th day. And if any man should be so bold as this order to defy, I'll put him into a hole, and with the lions let him die." They're big and strong, their teeth are sharp, they're hungry as can be. Now if you want to play a harp, why, you just try kidding me. Old Daniel stood among the crowd and heard the order read and said, "Oh yeah? That's what you think, old king. My prayers will still be said. I'll open up the window toward the old hometown and pray 3 times a day to the God that can send the glory down." So home he went, and down he got on his old prayer bones. He shoved the window to the top, and in loud and thunderous tones, he started in to say his prayers, and God began to bless. His enemies perked up their ears and said, "That's him, I guess." They beat it for the palace on the run and said, "O king so grand, we have a little tale to tell you about your right-hand man. He says he won't pray to you because it is a sin. So let's take him by the beard and lead him into the lion's den." The king felt bad because he knew that Daniel's way was right. But he said, "I can't back out now. We'll just have to throw him in tonight." They all went down to Daniel's house and said, "Come on out, you Jew. You've been a pest long enough. Oh, we're sure going to get rid of you." But old Daniel wasn't scared at all and just walked down to the den. And when he got there, turned around and said, "Won't you boys come on in?" They put a rope around his waist and slowly let him down. The lions thought they'd get a taste, and they all gathered round. But God came down and locked their mouths so tight they couldn't sneeze, and they just stood and watched old Dan till he got up off his knees. He walked around and shook their paws and pulled their manes and tails, and he said, "Well, I see you've got lockjaw. My God never fails." And all that night he had a time just playing with those lions. But old Darius couldn't sleep, and he finally gave up trying. He got up and went down to the den, and he said, "Hold there, Dan. That God that you serve continually, can he do all that you say he can?" Daniel shouted back and said, "Live forever, king. God has these lions cowed, and they can't bite a thing." The king said, "Bring him out of there. That old boy has stood the test. From here on out, his ways are mine, because his God is best." Daniel shook hands with the king and started out for home. And then he said, "O Lord, how glad I am you've made me all backbone." When Daniel, faithful to his God, would not bow down to man, and by God's enemies was hurled into the lion's den. God shut the lions' mouths, we've read, and robbed them of their prey. And the God that lived in Daniel's time is just the same today. Just the same, just the same. God is just the same today. Just the same, just the same. God